In the morning when I rise, give me Jesus.
Good morning. Well, you remember yesterday we talked about how Paul said, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And that's a familiar verse. We've heard it in many contexts, but Paul was talking about it doesn't matter what my circumstances are, whether I have plenty or whether I have needs, it doesn't matter because Christ is the supplier of my needs. In Him, I thrive regardless of my circumstances. Well, what he's talking about here, he had that conversation because you'll remember in verse 10, he said, I rejoice in the Lord greatly that now at last you have revived your concern for me. And what he's talking about is a financial concern because Epaphroditus, who Paul sent to the church in Philippi, when Epaphroditus came back to Paul, he brought with him a gift from the people from the church. And so, now starting in verse 14, you have done well to share with me in my affliction. You yourselves also know, Philippians, that at the first preaching of the gospel, after I left Macedonia, no church shared with me in the matter of giving and receiving, but you did. For even in Thessalonica, you sent a gift more than once for my needs. Not that I seek the gift itself. Okay, are you listening? But I seek for the profit which increases to your account. But I have received everything in full and have an abundance. I am amply supplied, having received from Epaphroditus what you have sent, a fragrant aroma, an acceptable sacrifice, well-pleasing to God. Oh, I want you to see how, thank you for supplying my needs, but the reality is whether you did or whether you didn't is beside the point. I'm not going to rejoice in that. Here's what I'm rejoicing in. As you give to me, you're increasing your account with God. Jesus said in Matthew chapter 6, let me read verses 19 and 20. He said this, do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy, and where thieves break in and steal. No, store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust destroy, and where thieves do not break in and steal. You see, in Philippians verse 17, he said, I seek for the profit which increases to your account. Oh, there's an interest rate in the kingdom of heaven. When you deposit into your heavenly account, it's expanded by God as He brings an increase on what you put in that account. I'll just give you my personal testimony. Many of you know I died in 2012, and we didn't know how we were going to pay the hospital bill. We didn't even know what the hospital bill was, but the Lord asked, well, do you trust me? Well, as it turned out, the hospital bill was almost $250,000, and the hospital completely forgave the bill. We didn't ask for it to be forgiven. We did ask for it to be reduced, but it was completely wiped out. Balance due, zero. It's like we made a withdrawal from our heavenly account. Is everybody listening? But it's bigger than that because I was raised from the dead. Now there's a withdrawal that was taken from our heavenly account. Oh, the interest rate in heaven is enormous, and it's way bigger than financial. And so if you can see that, when I read verse 19, you can see he's not just talking about money. He is talking about money, but so much more when he says, and my God will supply all your needs according to His riches in glory in Christ Jesus. What do you need? Do you need peace? He's got it for you. Do you need joy? He's got it for you. Do you need life? Do you need healing? What do you need that you would be whole even in this place? That's what God has for you, and that's what Paul wants you to receive from the Lord. That's why it's not even about what you did for me, church in Philippi, because God is my supplier, and He supplies stuff way more than just money. Oh, behold, the reality of our needs are not just financial needs. Absolutely, financial needs. When you walk the walk that God has for you, He meets your financial needs too. But our needs are much greater than that in this realm, because the enemy throws all kinds of fear and doubt and struggles our way. But we rise above them. We walk in victory over them when we walk with the Lord. Absolutely, we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us, and He will supply all of our needs according to His riches in Christ Jesus. Behold that today, and we'll finish up Philippians tomorrow. God bless you.
Give me Jesus. Give me Jesus.